Appreciate the author for bringing this forward today, and I appreciate this resolution. I think really tries to bring us together to talk about this issue, and I think we've all just been really rocked by what we've seen. And as a parent myself of 5, you think about that and what could happen, and the fact that I was able to go home to my children, and there were parents who went home and their children never came back. So I think we all in this room recognize that we need to do something about this. We want to do something to prevent these tragedies from happening. And I think back on my own life, growing up here in California, as a kid in grammar school, the Lyndhurst High School shooting happened. 4 people were killed. Guy went in there with a shotgun and a rifle. Eric Houston. And since that time, we've seen Santa Barbara. We've seen Rancho Tehama in my district. We've seen San Bernardino. Earlier this year, 2 blocks from the Capitol here in Sacramento. And I think we have to look at ourselves and say, despite all the things that we have done, it's not stopping these mass shootings. We do have to think more comprehensively, and I like that I've heard that, on this floor this morning. I think we have to look more comprehensively. And the same political go-to stances are probably not going to get us there. I appreciate that this resolution says that support for the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens goes hand in hand with keeping guns away from people that shouldn't have them. I think that's a sense that kind of draws the balance. We should protect Second Amendment rights. We should protect constitutional rights. But we can also have policies that keep guns out of the hands of people who shouldn't have them. Right now, here in California, we have an APPS program, prohibited persons program, that tens of thousands of people are on that list, should not have a gun, they have not been disarmed. That's something we could work on. It's a comprehensive thing that we could work on in a bipartisan fashion. My colleague from Torrance had a great bill focused on stolen guns. People in possession of stolen guns. This shooting that happened a couple blocks from this very Capitol, the perpetrator had a stolen gun that he had modified into an automatic gun and shot off, 80 rounds. It was a good bill. It didn't get out of committee. There's things that we can do working bipartisanly to really focus on the issue. A lot of people brought up mental health. We do have a mental health crisis, not just in California, across this nation, right? And we can do things to try and... The Parkland shooting, the shooting in Texas, as we're learning more, there were warning signs. There were things that we could have seen, that should have been seen. We could work on policies that try to identify this earlier in time before someone gets to a point like that. Those are things that I think we could work for that if we were going to come together in a bipartisan and a comprehensive fashion, we could find a lot of things we could agree upon. And that's what I hope that this body does, and I love that this measure, I think, attempts to do that. I appreciate the author for really trying to bring together so that we can really get at this thing so that we don't see another tragedy. Far too many that we've seen right here in California. Like I said, since I was a kid, they haven't stopped. I think we can do better, and I think we need to think deeper and broader. Thank you, members.